Anything that really, I mean, a lot of times we're not as rhythmic, we're not as aware of rhythm as they are. So we have to show them.
You can tell she's extremely sensitive.
Yeah, well, she's thoroughbred mare. That goes with the territory. And she's very kind and sweet.
Yes, she is.
Excuse me, thank you. You're my good girl. Thank you.
So you tend to, at times, what you tend to do, what you have to be careful about, Mary, what you tend to do, you tend to get her to drop her neck, but you let the trot get too slow and she's too straight. Okay? So she has to always have a little flexion and or bending, and she has to give you the trot she gave you before we stopped to chat. So sometimes part of the reason why the connection's not quite what you want is you let the trot be a little too jog-esque. Okay? So remember, it's a working trot, right? I hardly ever get to say that to thoroughbred people. I don't. And circle. And think about connecting your elbows so that your hips and hands work together. But you got to keep a little bit of leg on if you change anything in your seat, because she's sensitive enough to say, "Oh, do you want to stop?" All right, and actually, this is really important. This is worth the whole price. I'm serious. With a thoroughbred, you've got to really feel as though your upper thigh and your lower abs keep the hips moving but quiet. Because if your seat either drops down or if you feel as though you push from back to front, she'll go faster and faster and faster.
That's it, yes.
So you've got to feel as though, instead of, look at me, your hips going like this.
Yes.
You're very quiet. You control the back to front swing with the upper thigh. Just close your upper thigh a little bit. And be sure that your seat doesn't drop down, because she'll go faster and faster and faster.
Dolly, that was double the price.
You're right. I'll take a tip.
That was double the price. Got it.
This way, and she's gonna take it.
Yeah, she don't take anything.
You know how much I paid for that? I'm telling you, I'm serious.
No, I know.
I'll tell you a quick story. I had a thoroughbred mare, gorgeous, gorgeous. I couldn't get a collected canter to save my soul. She galloped around like, I mean, I just sit there, we'd just be pulling on each other, which is awful.
Yeah.
Not like your horse at all, but she was a real hottie and real strong. And I would take clinics and someone would say, "Well, how come you can't just sit there and just sit there? Just sit there." And I said, "You know what? I can't just sit there. I don't understand what just sit there means. What do you mean, just sit there?" And it took forever. Actually, no one even told me. I finally figured it out. I would watch. One time, a trainer got on my horse, and I was really mad because I wanted to do it myself, but I said, okay. So I watched them, and what I saw was this part did not move. And the horse just cantered as collected as could be. And I saw videos of myself, and I'm pumping, and I'm pushing, and I'm moving around. And you know, I can remember very clearly Robert Dover saying, "Look, in the canter, you just sit there." And I said, "Well, I don't get just sit there," because he couldn't tell me how to just sit there, because he just did it. Now, so what do you do?
I come from a hunter background. I have no problem just sitting there.
Yeah, but you got to use your upper thigh with the longer iron to limit the back to front swing, okay? Look, if I let my hips drop down, I'm telling the horse to go, okay? Whereas if I close here, okay, and a little bit here, I can do this, okay? And actually, I'll tell you something else that really helps for me. When the seat is too much for a particular horse, when it's not quite as controlled as it needs to be, the circle in the seat goes like this. Now, what I want you to do is think the circle's this way. Okay, look, it's almost like you're circling this way. You see how my hips are not going like this?
Up, down.
It feels like there's a circle this way. Thigh up to your seat, thigh up to your seat, and that will help to limit this business.
Got it. Yes.
So do that again and think about it.
Okay.
That's a big one.
That's huge.
I paid a lot of money for that one. Really? You're serious?
I believe it.
I paid probably, I don't know, several $1,000s to learn that. Because I rode with all these people who couldn't explain
How they could do what
how
they
they
did.
did it.
Thank you.
They just did it.
Yeah.
They were fabulous riders who could ride me, you know, I mean, much better rider than me, and I was a novice. but they couldn't explain to me how. I can explain to you how because I had to learn it.
Yes, which makes you a better teacher.
Yeah, it does. I know that, and I'm not overly egotistical, but I can teach because I can remember like yesterday not being able to get my horse in bed. I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't collect the canter. I couldn't and I learned it, but boy, it took a long time. It's a very different feeling in your seat. But
my God!
What you'll notice is she won't get as fast, okay?
Oh my God!
So the upper thigh limits the back to front swing, and you're getting circles that go this way rather than this way, okay? So we get a little circle feeling this way. Now, as you're sorting this out, she's going to get a little confused at times. So just be patient and say, well, okay, I get that. Stop. And alternate, work both leads, okay?
Aaron and Laura hadn't seen him yet.